Hey everyone, what's up? If you're here, chances are you've probably already watched day 1 and 2 of this trip, but if you haven't watched day 1 and 2 of this trip yet, be sure to head over and check that out. So day 3 of our trip to Oregon, we woke up in North Platte, Nebraska with plans to get to Vail, Colorado by the end of the day. So we stopped off at a really cool retro diner, you know, like one of those 1950s train car style diners. But just our luck, their grill had broke and they weren't able to serve anybody else coming in at the time. I think we actually ended up getting McDonald's breakfast. I can't remember. A lot of these days kind of became a blur, but I think we got McDonald's breakfast, which maybe isn't the best breakfast, but you can't argue they do have some decent little breakfast sandwiches. We spent the next few hours driving through the plains heading into Colorado, where we found a really cool abandoned gas station. The building had a super interesting design with its curved roof. It looked like something straight out of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I like this. I'm glad I turned around for this actually.
And yes, my first thought was someone definitely needs to come out here and drop in on this roof, and it's not gonna be me. The tables and various shelving were all left behind, and it seemed like the windows had been broken out for a while because the building had been filled with tumbleweeds blown in by the wind over time.
Oh, it's got like tumbleweeds just make their way in and just like... Dude.
And it definitely made for some interesting photos. We spent a bit of time exploring here and taking photos before finally getting back out on the road. We continued our drive, passing huge fields of yellow wildflowers. These fields seemed to stretch for miles. Unfortunately, no matter where we stopped, it just seemed like we couldn't really get a good angle for photos, and the lighting really wasn't the best. I mean, it was midday sun. But at the very least, I was able to lean over my friend as we both took videos of them as we passed through. And then of course we stopped off for a second just to take a break, and I took a couple quick videos there. But under the right lighting and with the right lens, this probably could have been a way better photo opportunity. Now, it wasn't long before the landscape started to drastically change as we got closer to the mountains. And eventually we came up on some tunnels that actually went through some of the smaller mountainous areas. So after about 4 hours of driving, we dropped into Idaho Springs, Colorado. When I went out west for the first time in 2015, this was where I spent the night, at Indian Hot Springs. This little mountain town is a perfect place to stay if you're just trying to get away for a night and relax in Colorado. When I stayed here in 2015, I stayed at a place called Indian Hot Springs, which really is like the perfect place to stay if you're just looking to get away for a night and relax in Colorado. I think I booked the room for like just over $100. It was super peaceful there. And included with the room was a pass to the geothermal caves and access to the hot springs. So that was super relaxing. And it was just a really nice getaway for the night. Honestly, that room was a pretty great deal. I don't know what they're going for right now. We didn't stay there this time, but I would say it's definitely worth looking into. After making a quick stop for gas, we looked around for a bit and spotted what looked like an abandoned mine. So we decided to make a quick detour and try to get some photos of that. From here, we headed straight towards Vail, and we stopped a few more times on the way, pretty much just to take in the scenery. We got a hotel in Vail for the night, which was like our one night that we decided to just spend a little bit more money on a hotel. Vail is this little ski resort town in Colorado, and one really awesome thing is that if you visit Vail in the off months, you can get some of the hotels for a significantly lower price than normal. And if you're making a trip across the country, you might as well just splurge for a night and enjoy the trip. So we did. We stayed at Gravity House, and I think we ended up paying like $250 for the night and an extra $50 for the fridge full of refreshments that we pretty much ate and drank all of. And the little sea salt caramels were just delicious. Oh, and we got robes, which was pretty awesome. I mean, cause, you know, robes, why not? Honestly, Gravity House is a really amazing place to stay at. Super comfortable. The town is amazing to walk through day or night. There's a ton of stuff to see, a ton of stuff to do. We didn't do a ton of that stuff because we were kind of crunched for time and we wanted to just get some rest because we wanted to wake up at about 4 or 5 in the morning to start getting ready to pack our stuff up and get ready for the day to head to the town of Gilman, Colorado. We left Vail early in the morning and headed straight towards the abandoned mining town of Gilman, Colorado. It's 42 degrees. The mining district of Gilman, Colorado is located at an elevation of about 9,000 feet on Battle Mountain. The town was a center of lead and zinc mining during the Colorado silver boom of the 1880s. However, in 1984, the EPA declared the town a Superfund site and decided to close the mining district due to concerns about toxic pollution. The town had already seen a serious decline due to mining becoming more and more unprofitable over the years, and in the end, the town was just left abandoned. When the EPA stepped in and ordered the mine to be closed, the town was left empty as residents moved away and orders were made up to clean up the toxic waste. Over the nearly 100 years of its operation, the mine had produced approximately 8 million tons of waste. These wastes came from the mining process where compounds like cyanide and sulfuric acid were used to separate minerals from ore. These chemicals can leak into groundwater or enter the water supply if not treated properly. The EPA declared Gilman to be a health hazard and shut down the 235-acre town.
Nice view.
The mining company was never able to fully clean up the mine, and to this day, the area remains a ghost town. Staying in Vail wasn't only a little bit of a splurge on this trip, but it sits only about 20 minutes from Gilman, so this set us up really nicely to head straight to Gilman in the early morning to catch sunrise. We got into Gilman shortly before the sun came up, and after a little while, it started to peek out from behind the mountain, lighting the town. So far, we've been pretty lucky with the weather on this trip, and the morning light made for some great photos. One thing I didn't plan for was how hot the day was about to get. I mean, it was about 42 degrees when we left in the morning. And a couple hours from the time that we started exploring the town, the temperature had rose at least 40 degrees. It was hot. I mean, it wasn't like a sweltering summer day, but when you walk about 8 miles and then have to walk back up a mountain, yeah, it gets a little bit hot.
I think I'm okay. Oh, dude, what is this? There's a skate park in here. That's a hole, isn't it? That's pretty cool. So there's some paperwork here from 1976, but I don't know, maybe they just used some of the offices until the 70s or 80s. I think these are just like receipts, like amounts for, oh yeah, invoice amounts. The New Jersey Zinc Company. This is cool. Oh, there's another addressograph here. This is a different one. I think this is, yeah, these would be 1977. What's this? Employee transfer.
We spent about 5 hours wandering around the town. There was just so much to see, and according to my Fitbit, we had walked about 8 miles just around this town. Up and down the different levels, in and out of the houses, up and down the stairs and all the buildings. It was a lot of walking, at least for that early in the morning. And I realized as we walked up the mountain heading back to the car that I really need to exercise more. I felt like I was gonna pass out.
What do I look like after walking 8 miles? I guess I should also mention that was 8 miles before 11:30. John's gonna get hit.
We got back to the car around noon and took a short break to rehydrate. After our short break, we got back on the road and headed towards Glenwood Springs for lunch. We stopped in town and had a quick lunch at the Bluebird Cafe. It was a nice little local spot with a super cozy atmosphere.
They got quiche.
I mean, it's kind of hard to not feel a bit relaxed when a beautiful mountain view surrounds you. I'm sure to a lot of the people that live there, it's just their everyday view, but when you don't get to see it every day, it's pretty amazing. While driving through the desert, we came across some super interesting artifacts strewn across the landscape.
106 degrees. Oh, what is this? Now this is the type of stuff I want to find in the desert. This is ancient artifacts right here. It's silky smooth, multi-speed, and waterproof.
Is that a vibrator?
It is.
It just keeps getting hotter. It's 109. We ended up in Utah by evening and wandered for a bit around the town of Thompson Springs. Less than 50 people live in this small desert town. Thompson Springs was once a very lively railroad town and had numerous stores, restaurants, a hotel, saloon, and of course a railroad depot. Today, most buildings here sit abandoned.
RV park open. Hey, wink.
From the town, you have a beautiful view of the Book Cliffs. At its peak, Thompson Springs was occupied mostly by sheep herders and farmers. The town started to decline with financial struggles as coal mines closed in 1955. Then the construction of I-70 in the 1970s diverted traffic away from the town. This caused businesses to close over the next 2 decades, and by the 90s, Amtrak had moved its station to Green River and left Thompson Springs practically a ghost town. Now, I'll leave a link to my blog below where you can read a little bit more about Thompson Springs as well as Gilman, Colorado, and see more photos that I took while we were there. Anyway, that's day 3 and 4. Again, thank you so much for coming along with us on this trip, and I will see you in the next video.
Dude, this asphalt is like squishy.
Is it squishy? Yeah. I got cactus in my shoe. Oh no! I've got cactus all in my shoe. Do I have it? Oh my god! Why? Well, I hope that doesn't come through my shoe.
Oh my god. Oh, it's all juicy, man.
Don't drink up.
Oh, don't flick it on me.